Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of TLB Weekly Picks. Alex Flum is not in the studio with us today. He is suspended 1 week for poking Jake Britton in the eye. Britton had to go to the hospital for a day and a half. It's a real shame, but we're still here to bring you the videos just like we are each and every week. So last week, Jake Brodsky reigned supreme yet again as he leads the standings. He went 4-1 last week. In second place, Lamar, who went 3-2 last week. Your boy had a pretty good week. I went 4-1, but I'm still in third place. And Flum, who is now by himself in last place, went 2-3. He is starting to fall behind.
Probably why he was angry enough to poke Jake Britton in the eyes.
I don't know why he'd take his anger out on our great video producer. But the first game we're going to talk about this week are the 4-4 Buffalo Bills in a division rivalry game against the 5-3 New York Jets. Jake Brodsky, Imaginary Football.
Got it. I'm going with the Bills. Tyrod Taylor's back this week. Shady McCoy's starting to look excellent. And I like their red jerseys better than the Jets' green jerseys. Bills take this one in the Color Rush Thursday night game.
I'll also take the Bills in this one. I really like Tyrod Taylor now that he's back. And Sammy Watkins also back is going to be a great threat for him. So I'm taking the Bills in this one.
The Jets' defense has been great all year. LaShawn McCoy right now isn't at 100%. He's listed as questionable. That would leave Carlos Williams in for the starting spot if Shady doesn't play. Williams has also battled some injuries. I'm buying the Jets' defense, so I'm going to take the New York Jets. And Alex takes the Bills, so it's 3-1 right now. Next game is the Oakland Raiders at 4-4 against a surprising 5-2 Minnesota Vikings.
You said the word surprising about them. I feel like a lot of people were high on that team going into the year. However, I'm just higher on the Oakland Raiders. Bridgewater went to sleep last week, and I don't know if he'll be fully there this week, if he's even going to play. Has Bridgewater announced that he's playing or not?
I think he's going through the concussion protocol
All right.
as we film the picks.
So, exactly. We don't know if Bridgewater's playing. Derek Carr has looked incredible. Raiders take this one.
I'm also going with the Raiders. They've been really impressive over the last couple of weeks, and like you said, Bridgewater took a nap on the field, so I doubt he'll be 100% by Sunday. So I'm taking the Raiders in this one.
If Bridgewater played, there's a better chance I would have taken them because I think Minnesota's home field advantage is one of the best playing in TCF, but I'm going to have to take Oakland as well. Their offense right now is really clicking, and big fan of Amari Cooper. Alex also took the Raiders, so that's 4-4 for the road team. Interesting enough. And then the third game of the week, probably the most interesting game, Arizona Cardinals at 6-2 on the road to play the 4-4 Seattle Seahawks.
I'm taking the Cards in this one. I know they're a very different team on the road than they are at home. But this is the type of game where you take a stand and say, this is our division, not Seattle's. And Arizona's going to make that this week. They're going to make that stand. CJ2K has been incredible. Carson Palmer's playing like a potential MVP.
Yeah, the Seahawks usually have a really big advantage at home with that 12th man, but I'm taking the Cardinals in this one. The Seahawks have been very unimpressive this year. They're sitting at just 4-4 after 2 straight Super Bowls, so I'm taking the Cards in this one.
I'm taking Seattle coming off the bye at home. I think they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this Arizona team, and I'm a big fan of what Seattle can do on the field. They've also won 2 games in a row. This would be number 3. Alex agrees with me. He also took the Seattle Seahawks. And right now, our final game of the week, the Miami Dolphins, who sit at 3-5 on the road to take Lamar's Eagles at 4-4. Jake?
I was wavering up until this moment. I'm going with the Dolphins. I believe in Tannehill, and I don't really believe in the Eagles. They've kind of lost it for me this year. I'm going Miami.
Jake.
I'm sorry, man.
All right, I'm taking my Eagles coming off the overtime victory against the Cowboys. They showed me a lot last week, and I really think we're on a roll now. So I'm taking us over the Dolphins.
I am also taking the Eagles over the Dolphins, where it would help my Giants in the division. I do think the Eagles are starting to, click on offense, which will be interesting to see. I think the more they use Ryan Matthews, in addition to DeMarco Murray, they'll continue to do really well. I think Dan Campbell's spark for the Miami Dolphins might be running out. Upset picks. Oh, and also Flum took the Dolphins. Upset picks. Jake, who you got?
I got the Cowboys over the Buccaneers. Tampa's favored by 1, and Dallas is on a losing streak longer than they've had since, was it Tom Landry?
That sounds right.
Since Tom Landry was the head coach of the Cowboys. And I just don't see them continuing to lose. This is a mediocre, at best, Tampa Bay team with Jameis Winston, who's really playing well. But Dallas has been in it in so many tight games. They finally pull one out.
My upset pick of the week is going to be Jaguars over the Ravens. Both teams sit at 2-6, but I just think the Jaguars have a little bit more, and I'm not impressed at all by the Ravens this year, especially with all the injuries they faced.
My pick this week, Jake and Alex will be proud of me. I'm taking the Washington Redskins going up against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints have the worst defense, and including the 10th worst rushing offense. The Redskins have not faced a bottom rushing offense in over a month. I think Matt Jones and Alfred Morris are going to have great games. I am taking the Washington Redskins over the New Orleans Saints. And Alex Flum is going out on a limb and taking the New York Giants, my Giants, over the New England Patriots. That would be the Patriots' first loss.
2009.
I know. I mean, I wanted it, but I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And that wraps up this week's edition of the Left Bench Weekly Picks. Liam Beatus, Lamar Johnson, Jake Brodsky, and the always beautiful Jake Britton behind the camera. Have a good week, everyone.